don't. You're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean Show, guys. Episode 40. Thank you for joining. We are here in New York. I'm very excited. We're getting a good system going. Still no producer, but thanks for bearing with me. I have to find... Guys, you have to understand that it's very hard for me to find a producer because I am a beta male, and it's very hard to find. I am like king beta male, so it's very hard to find someone. I'm a subservient guy. It's very rare for a subservient guy to be in a position like me hosting a comedy news show. So the search continues. How many people are there in New York? 8 billion people in New York. 8 million people in New York. I have to find the one guy that's more beta than me to produce the show. No, it's obviously no. It's tough. It's tough to find. It's tough to find someone with good chemistry. But I'm on the hunt. I'm settling here. I'm settling in New York. It's going very good. I hope you're having a great week. We have a lot of news to get to. Let's start with my hometown. San Francisco is on the up. San Francisco is on the up. It is finally, I think, returning to normalcy. Remember that phrase from COVID? It's returning to normalcy. I'm very excited about what's going on in San Francisco. The vibe seems to be going good. The vibe is getting better. Let's take a look here. Our first story. With a vest and a voice, helpers escort kids through San Francisco's broken Tenderloin streets. Let me read that again. With a vest and a voice, helpers, they're calling them helpers, escort kids through San Francisco's broken Tenderloin streets. Look, and they're painting this as a story of like positivity, which I agree with. It is a positive story. San Francisco, a few days ago, wearing a bright safety vest with the words, quote, safe passage, unquote, on the back, Tatiana Alapsi strides through San Francisco's Tenderloin neighborhood to its only public elementary school. There's only one. I wonder why. Navigating broken bottles and stained sleeping bags along tired streets that occasionally reek of urine. Okay. Along the way, in one of America's most notorious neighborhoods, she calls out to politely alert people huddled on sidewalks, some holding strips of tinfoil topped with illicit crack. They're saying illicit. It's crack. And the brave Tatiana, our helper, as they call her in this story, she goes, "Good afternoon, happy Monday." Alapsi says to two men, one slumped forward in a wheelchair and wearing soft hospital socks and one slipper. This is written like satire. I'm not even making joke. I know sometimes I make a joke about the news story. I'm not even doing that. I'm literally just reading the story. This is fucking crazy. She goes, "Good afternoon, happy Monday," to the two men, one slumped over forward in a wheelchair. Her voice is cheerful, a soothing contrast to the misery on display in the 50-block neighborhood that's well known for its crime, squalor, and reckless abandon. School time, kids will be coming soon. I can read that. I know this is like, she's like a Karen. This woman who walks kids, there's a woman, she walks children to school through the Tenderloin to the only public elementary school in the Tenderloin. She is the queen Karen. This is the final boss Karen. And I know Karens get a lot of hate right now. It's so fun to dunk on Karens, but let's not forget that the only way we're going to fix the Tenderloin is with a bunch of Karens getting together and getting some shit done. Sometimes you do need to complain to the manager. Sometimes you do need to ask for the manager in this case, or just not allow that behavior. And that's really what's going on. We have, I think, a lot of people are just at their limit when it comes to like the open air drug markets in the Tenderloin, which, by the way, I support. I think that all drugs should be legal. Of course, if you watch the show, I hope you agree with me on that, because it's kind of a requirement to listen to the show. But it's 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 a bright light. They're framing it as a bright light in an otherwise very sad and dark situation, the Tenderloin in San Francisco. And it's really hard. It's really hard to get behind advocacy at this point to like, you know, my question is, why are children having to walk through the Tenderloin at all? That's my question. Why are we needing to have an escort? This is happening. There's a service, a nonprofit, I guess, called Safe Passage, and they're volunteers escorting children through open air drug markets so that they can learn. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's literally she's telling, and by the way, if I don't know how much a fentanyl addict is going to listen to a volunteer wearing a safety vest. If I was a fentanyl addict in San Francisco, I don't know. I'm like I'm like on the sidewalk, like with a needle in my arm, and my one hand is like heating up heroin and my other hand's on my dick. And I'm like in public, I have no pants on, and the safety vest lady walks by and says, "I'm gonna walk kids through here soon, so maybe clean it up a little bit." I'm not gonna listen. I'm fucking high. I'm high. I'm not gonna listen. It's crazy. I mean, this is really. It's pop. I mean, and maybe I'll drop it. It's the photos are cute. There's a kid. He's smiling. The lady in the vest is smiling. And she goes, "Are you okay?" She asks to a man actively overdosing and foaming at the mouth. "Kids will be coming soon." Could you imagine this? This is what's going on in San Francisco. There's a woman who goes up to drug addicts that are actively overdosing, and she goes, "Kids will be here soon. Are you okay?" And the guy's going like, Minutes later, a lobster arrives at the Tenderloin Community Elementary School. If you allow your child to go to the Tenderloin Community Elementary School, you should be shot into an open grave, where she is among several adults who escort dozens of children to after-school programs. The students hitch up backpacks emblazoned with Spider-Man and the Sisters of Frozen, then form two rambunctious lines that follow a lobster like ducklings through the broken streets. The smallest one holds hands with trusted volunteers. This is really how broken and shattered the mindset of people. The mindsets of people in Silicon Valley is shattered so much that they don't understand that setting up a nonprofit where kids walk through the Tenderloin is not like, they see that as a positive. They see that as like, oh, we're on our way out of this. They don't, that's like a solution. They think having local housewives walk children through the they have local housewives of Silicon Valley Facebook vice presidents that make $500,000 a year plus stock options. The wives of those men are walking the kids through the Tenderloin. And that's a solution. That's where we are as a country. And that's a solution. Amid the chaos is a vibrant community stitched together by different languages that has found a way to protect its most vulnerable and deliver hope. Something many say the city has failed to do. Officials have sent in toilets, declared a mayoral emergency, I'm sure that helped, and vowed to crack down on drugs, but change is glacial. Hey, change is definitely glacial when you don't, when you let people do fentanyl on the sidewalk. I don't know if I call that glacial. Many people, Alapsi says, responded politely or tuck away their drugs. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is amazing. This is in the Tenderloin. I don't know. This is gold. Sometimes the stories are just funny. Many people, this is in the Tenderloin. Let me just set this up. In the Tenderloin, volunteers walking little kids through the drug markets. This is what they're saying. Many people, Malabsi said, respond politely or tuck away their drugs or scoot their belongings out of the way when she reminds them that school time is over. But others ignore the request. Some even get angry. It's better to give a nice smile and say good afternoon or good morning to show people I'm friendly, who is fluent in Arabic and Russian and speaks English with an accent. I am not a monster. Could you imagine a woman coming up to you and you're in like a meth-induced psychosis, and she goes, "Kids will come soon." She like shakes you awake from your meth-induced psychosis, and she goes, "Kids will be here soon. I am not a monster. Kids, shh, 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 shh. Kids will be here soon. I am not a monster. It's okay. I am not a monster." And she starts speaking Arabic. Could you imagine you're all overdosing on like spice, K2 spice, whatever the fuck you're doing, any drug you can get your hands on, and a woman comes up to you and starts speaking Arabic or Russian? Again, I like it. I think it's brave. I think it's cool. Do I think it's going to solve problems? No. I'm literally, guys, I'm literally looking at a photo right now. Maybe we can drop in this photo. It's a photo exactly what I just described. This is insane. It's a photo of one of the volunteers with holding like a stop sign, like a crossing guard. In San Francisco, they basically have crossing guards walking kids through the Tenderloin, stepping over homeless fentanyl addicts. This is an amazing photo. And she's like shaking the guy awake. This guy on the ground with his hand on his face. I'm not exaggerating. This is what I'm looking at in the photo. His hand on his face, and she's standing over this guy like, hey. Like, you know how you wake up your friend, like you're at a sleepover, you wake up your friend, you're like, hey, let's go get breakfast or some shit. She's like waking up this guy. And then there's a flyer right here that says Tech Week, May 11th to 18th, 2024. And this is really what you get. This is the pinnacle of San Francisco culture right now. You have a flyer for a tech week. You have a volunteer housewife that is trying to help and failing, and you have most of the other residents of San Francisco literally dying on the street. It's really, it's again, I'm a cynical guy. I wouldn't volunteer to do anything ever. If there's no bag involved and I'm not involved, that's just me. I respect it. If you're into volunteering and helping like one step at a time kind of shit, one smile at a time, I love it. And we need to step back and ask ourselves, why do we need housewives to escort kids through the Tenderloin in the first place? That's the question we should be asking. She goes, I support it. Like I do. I also support legalizing all drugs, which kind of is at odds with what's going on. She goes, we can change the world. Well, sorry, her English is a little broke. She goes, we can change world in better way by our presence, by our examples, by our positive attitude. And I believe this woman is an immigrant, which I love. It's very hilarious. It's kind of ironic that she probably left a country, an Arabic-speaking nation, to come to a place that was probably worse than where she came from, by and large. We don't know that for sure. I'm just saying, have you seen Saudi Arabia lately? Have you seen Qatar? Qatar's not that bad. Maybe if you're a woman, it sucks. But like, I don't know. If you gave me the choice between like Qatar or which is Qatar, I know I'm an NPR guy. Most white guys, they call it Qatar. White guys in Indianapolis call it Qatar, but since I'm in Brooklyn now, I call it Qatar because I'm an NPR. I know things. I'm an intellectual. Every year, it's a bit better and a bit better and a bit better. Alabsi, that is where you're wrong, my friend. I'm very sorry. You're wrong about that. Every year, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Thanks for trying, though. And that's emblematic of what's happening throughout the whole country. It's really sad to look at. let's keep going, guys. I mean, it's really not looking good. TikTok sues updates to the TikTok potential TikTok ban. TikTok suing the US to block a law that could ban the social media platform, alleging that it violates free speech. So I do want to dive into this because I am super famous on TikTok. I have 25,000 followers, humble brag. And only 24,000 of them are 7-year-olds in Beijing. I'm kind of proud of that. I have 25K followers on TikTok. Only 24,990 of them are in China. So I think I have like over 10 fans in America, which is pretty cool. But TikTok and its Chinese parent company ByteDance are suing the US over a law that would ban the popular video sharing app unless it's sold to another company, arguing it violates the First Amendment. It's kind of, and let me be the first to point out the obvious irony here. TikTok is suing the US government, saying that a ban of TikTok would violate the First Amendment of the US Constitution. TikTok, a Chinese company, is suing, saying that their right to free speech is being violated. A Chinese company, where if you say, if you say the wrong thing about Xi Jinping, you get your throat slit on live TV. That's what they're doing, and they know that they're doing that. It's really, really. We need a lot of people, I think, just forget that, like, it's all money. It's just all money. The values and principles that you think people believe, they do not believe. People in power love power and money, and they will do anything in their power to get more power and more money. That's just a fact. It's very simple. And they're just saying that it violates the First Amendment, not because they give a fuck about the First Amendment. You think the CEO of TikTok gives a fuck about the First Amendment? You're wrong. I'm a comedian. I don't even care about the First Amendment because the First Amendment is a lie. It's not real. I've had a lot of coffee today, but we'll see. The popular social video company alleged the law, which President Joe Biden signed as part of a larger $95 billion foreign aid package, is so obviously unconstitutional that the sponsors of here's the name of the law that bans TikTok or forces them to divest. It's the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Say that 5 times fast, guys. So the law that may ban TikTok is called the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, also known as the PAFACA. That's what I don't know. They're trying to portray the law not as a ban, but as a regulation of TikTok's ownership. It's the first time the US government has singled out a social media company with a potential ban, which free speech advocates note is more common in repressive regimes such as Iran or China. Let me read that again. It's the first time a US government has singled out a social media company with a potential ban, which free speech advocates note is more common in repressive regimes such as China. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what they're saying? Let's listen to what they're saying. They don't even know, they don't even know what they're saying. They don't even know what their argument is. So they're saying to the US government, hey, you shouldn't ban TikTok because that makes you an evil, censorship-oriented, tyrannical state. You know who else is, if you do this, you're going to be just like China, which owns our company, by the way. You're going to be just like our owners. China. So what the fuck are you saying? You can't have it both ways, TikTok. You cannot, and TikTok fans, like, you can't have it both ways. You can't create an app that actively censors and bans videos if they say the word penis or fuck, and then cry when another entity wants to ban you. Hey, I talk some shit on this fucking show. I talk some shit in general. And I've had a lot of videos that have been taken off of TikTok for dumb reasons. Like me saying the word fuck or retard. They take the videos down. Oh, but now you're all about free speech. Now that the US government is wanting to ban us, we're a platform where people can share ideas. No, you're fucking not. No, you're not. TikTok was never a platform where you share ideas freely. Let's not pretend that that's what that fucking app is. It's an app in America where you watch 16-year-olds dance and you feel, and it's fucking, it's gross. It's an app that made Charli D'Amelio famous, and then she disappeared from the public view because she doesn't know how to market herself and let everyone in her, and then, went and did a reality show. That's what that app is. TikTok sues the government, and they're pretending that they're the fucking New York Times. They're pretending that they're this righteous, rugged journalistic entity that speaks truth to power, and you're fucking not. I have not learned a goddamn thing on TikTok. If you ever hear of brain rot, if you're Gen Z or you're millennial, maybe you heard of brain rot. You know what's on TikTok? It's not reporting. Sure, there's reporting about Gaza, but that gets taken down a lot. You bet your fucking ass. Or reporting on Israel, TikTok takes those videos down, and you know what videos they leave up? They leave the videos up where it's people going skibidi or, any number of TikTok trends, the ice bucket challenge. That's the stuff that stays up on TikTok. So now they're trying to cry free speech like they give a fuck about it, and you don't. People ask me, Sean, what's your take on the TikTok ban? Do you think that Jay should be... People ask me all the time. Every day, people hit me up. I'm constantly getting messages. Sean, do you think the U.S. government should force TikTok to be divested to an American company or outright banned? What do you think, Sean? I want to know what you think because you really love talking and reading about this stuff. Here's my answer. It should be banned. It should be banned because I only have 25,000 followers and I'm being shadow banned. That's why it should be banned. Opponents of the law argue that Chinese authorities or any nefarious parties could easily get information on Americans in other ways. So, again, the reason for the ban is that they're worried that TikTok is spying on Americans. And so people that are opposing the ban of TikTok are saying this. Well, they could get information on Americans other ways, commercial data brokers that rent or sell personal information. They note that the U.S. government hasn't provided public evidence that shows TikTok sharing U.S. user information with Chinese authorities, or tinkering with its algorithm for China's benefit. They also say attempts to ban the app could violate free speech rights in the U.S. It's a joke. It's a joke. And I love how they packaged it into a program that gives Israel more money and Ukraine. It's part of a $95 billion foreign aid package. And I believe it's bipartisan. Did I read down here that it's bipartisan? The bipartisan nature of this federal law may make judges more likely to defer to a congressional determination that the company poses a national security risk. Crazy. I mean, I really, we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. If you think that TikTok should be banned, or if you think that it should be sold to an American company. Honestly, I want TikTok to be banned just because I'm tired of the format. I'm tired of a For You page. I'm tired of dancing. I want TikTok to be banned because I'm anti-dancing. I don't like dancing. I don't like dance moves. I don't like it when people move their body that way. I'm against the art form of dancing. That's why I think it should be banned. It would be very poetic if what eventually ends the American empire is a Chinese dancing app psyop. I mean, that's what some people really think. They think that TikTok is a Chinese government uh focus grouped dancing app psyop that is going to make Gen Z dumb so that they're going so that like our intellectual ability is muted in America, and so China's going to be able to like beat us in a war cuz we're dumb. That's like a theory that people have, and that's kind of one of the ideas behind it being banned. A lot of people say a lot of people there's these videos that have been seen, maybe you've seen these guys where it's like it's the average algorithm on TikTok in America is like junk. It's like gore, it's like ultra violence gore videos and like dancing videos and all this like stuff that numbs your mind. It's like dumb. And then in China, all of the TikTok algorithm feeds are like learning math and science and like, um exercise and mental health videos. And it's maybe it's the Chinese government doing that. I don't know. We'll never know. It could also be this. Let's not forget that it could just be the fact that Americans like violence and dancing. And China, maybe people in China don't like violence and dancing. The algorithm is the algorithm, you know? It suggests what you like. Like it or not, that's what the algorithm does. If the algorithm is suggesting ultra violent videos to you and war and dancing and mukbang videos, then maybe that's what it's okay. Guys, it's okay. If the algorithm is suggesting mukbang videos, maybe you like to watch mukbangs and you don't even know it. And it's hard to admit to yourself that's what you like, but that's what you like. And maybe in China their culture's different, and maybe, just maybe, they get suggested math videos because they like math. Is that so crazy? Let's move on. I'm tired of talking about TikTok. I'm over it. This is okay. This isn't really tech or finance. This is kind of a different. God damn it! This is actually a fucking TikTok debate. Let me just read the headline: Man or bear? Many women say they'd rather be stuck in the woods with a bear in latest viral TikTok debate. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. This is not a platform for free speech. Nothing. There's no important debate happening on TikTok. Ban the fucking app. Ban the fucking app. Fucking ban it now. I don't give a shit. Nothing of value will be lost if TikTok is banned. Maybe a few mukbang celebrities lose their income. Good. People, hey, if you ever hear someone that's like, oh, they can't ban TikTok, the US government's going crazy, they're censoring, they want to ban TikTok, that's a violation of our free speech. Show them the article that I'm about to talk about, which is this: Man or bear? Many women say they'd rather be stuck in the woods with a bear in the latest viral TikTok debate. That's the kind of discourse that's happening on TikTok. They're talking about whether women are talking about whether or not they'd want to be stuck with a man or a bear in the woods. Not exactly very intellectual. Not exactly very forward thinking. Not exactly very Socratic. There's very, very little Socratic discussion happening on TikTok. Remember that? Socratic seminars? You ever do that? Did you go to public school like I did? In the latest viral debate taking over TikTok, users are asking women whether they'd rather be trapped in the woods with a man or a bear. And many are choosing the bear, stating that a man may pose more potential danger than the wild animal. And the trend is sparking conversations about violence against women. Many women participating in a new viral debate on TikTok say they would rather be alone with a bear than a man in the woods. Some women say they'd choose the bear because they don't know the man in question, like one user who said, "It's not my boyfriend, it's not my father, it's not my cousin." adding that being alone with a quote, unpredictable, strange man is more frightening than being alone with a predictable wild animal. In one video, liked more than 2 million times, a user compiled some of the most gut wrenching reasons women chose the bear, such as, quote, the worst thing a bear can do is kill me. That's pretty bad, bitch. Whoever said, okay, I'm sorry. So women are saying that they'd rather be in the woods with a bear than with a man. And the number one reason that they'd rather be in the woods with a bear is that, quote, the worst thing the bear can do is kill me. That's pretty fucking bad, bitch. I'm sorry. Oh, are you implying that being emotionally damaged by a man is worse than getting mauled by a bear? You are mentally ill. The bear doesn't get enjoyment out of it. The bear sees me as a human being. As he mauls you to death? Are you fucking retarded? I mean, what is going on with people? And I'm not an incel. I know this debate pisses off a lot of incels that are offended that women want to be in the woods with a wild, ravenous bear that could kill them, as opposed to a man. It's like, oh, a lot of incels' egos are being hurt. That's what's going on with this story, guys. A lot of incel men are having their egos hurt because women are going, you are so scary, and I'm so afraid that you're going to rape and kill me, that I would rather be in the woods with a wild bear because that I feel more safe that way. So it's sort of a superlative. It's an insult. This question is really an insult to men, and that's okay. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Again, guys, it's my overarching point here is that debates are manufactured by the media industrial complex, and I further advance the media industrial complex by engaging with the debate. But I want you all to know, and I'm going a little crazy here saying this, but here, stay with me. You ever hear this debate? You ever hear this debate on a podcast? Is squirt piss? What do you guys think? You ever hear a question on Twitter that's like, what was y'all's favorite movie of last year? I'll start. Man versus bear. These are all ways to manufacture engagement. Because humans don't love anything more than answering a question that means nothing. People on the internet, people that are on Twitter, people that are on YouTube, people that like to read comments, they don't love anything. You know what's better than sex? Answering a question that has nothing to do with anything and that will advance human thought. It will set us back. That's what internet culture is. Is squirt piss, y'all? Y'all, is squirt piss? What do y'all think? That's what the internet is now. Hey, I don't care if squirt is piss. I don't care if you'd rather be in the woods with a bear than with a man. I don't care. You know what? I'm not going in the fucking woods. Hey, if you're going in the woods alone, I hope you get killed by a bear and a man. That's what I hope. How about this? I hope that anyone who engages with this debate earnestly and doesn't realize that it's fucking engagement farming from media companies like Forbes and me, Sean Show. If you don't realize that this is just dumb engagement bait, then I don't know what to tell you. I hope you go into the woods and get attacked by a bear. And how about this? Let's flip the question. How about this is a question for women, and now I'm going to do engagement bait right now. How about this? Women, would you rather be in the woods? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm flipping the question. How about this? Let's have women ask men. Men, would you rather be in the woods with a woman, a random woman who you never met, or, I don't know, like a leopard? Like a very fast leopard from Africa? That's a question for men. Men, would you rather be in the woods with a random woman that you've never met or a leopard, an aggressive leopard? That would be my question to men. And my answer to that question is I would obviously rather be in the woods with the woman so I could kill her. I'm kidding. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Men are dangerous. Men are violent. Men are scary. I get it. I get the debate. How dangerous are bears? This is where we are. There's 8 genocides going around. Okay, let me back up. There are like 8 genocides happening on Earth right now, and you are debating whether you'd rather be in the woods with a bear or with a man? That's what you care about. That's what you care about? The US government is about to ban my favorite dancing app, TikTok. And you care about whether squirt is piss or not? Open your fucking eyes. You're talking about Chipotle hacks, how to get double meat at Chipotle, when there are innocent kids being blown up across the world, and you care about how to get double meat at Chipotle? That's what you care about. Take a look inward. Look in the mirror. Okay? I'm sorry. We'll get back to my show. Up next is how to get double meat at Chipotle. This is a huge hack that I really think I want to put you guys on. The man or bear TikTok debate went viral after the pop culture account Screenshot HQ posted a video in April asking 8 women whether they'd be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear. 7 of the women answered bear, some without hesitation, while 1 woman voted for a man. Several of the respondents said it would depend on what man was in the woods, while others noted men are scary. You know what to expect from a bear. That's very hilarious that women are saying, I don't know what to expect. Hey, can we just also, as an aside, again, not an incel, and men are scary, and fuck all men. I'm with you, ladies. But like, let's be real. Come on. Give men a little bit of slack here. You're saying all the women are like, oh my God, I would never want to be in the woods with a man. I don't know what to expect from a man. You're a woman. You are a woman. I know women. I've been around them. I don't know what to expect from women. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'd rather be in the woods with a leopard than a woman, because at least a leopard will kill me fast. Okay? And if I'm in the woods with a woman, she's going to want me to like kill the leopard and make a leopard coat. She's going to be like, I want a leopard coat. And then she's going to start crying. And I'm going to be like, God fucking damn it. I have to kill this leopard to get my bitch a leopard coat. It's not going to be good. How about this? Closing remarks on this story. How about no one going to the woods? Can we just have no one go into the woods? Is that okay? Why are we in the woods? Why are we in the woods alone with men, bear, women, leopard? No one needs to be in the woods alone. If you're in the woods alone, I don't care if you're in the woods alone, I don't care what your gender is. I don't care how you identify. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your religion is. I hope you get mauled by a bear because you're an idiot. If you go into the woods alone, I hope you get murdered. That's a dumb decision to make. People make bad decisions and they need to face the consequences. Walking into the woods alone is a bad choice. It's like walking into the woods is like walking into an 8-lane highway in Atlanta. That's the equivalent. You're walking into death. It's suicidal. It really is suicidal, especially if it's a man in the woods with you. Let's move on. Are you guys following this beef? Are you following the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef? I am. I'm a white man. As a white man, I am the most invested in the Kendrick Drake beef. As a 27-year-old white man, the most important thing for me right now is the Kendrick Drake beef and who is a pedophile and who has a secret kid. I love it. I love it. 2 rappers had circled one another for more than a decade. This is the New York Times reporting. But their attacks turned relentless and very personal in a slew of tracks released over the weekend. Each racked up millions of streams, and the three that were made available commercially, Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us, are expected to land near the top of next week's Billboard singles charts, while seeming to, at least momentarily, shift the public, excuse me, guys, perception of Drake, long a maestro of the online public arena and meme ecosystem. In between, on Friday night, Drake released his own broadside against Lamar, plus a smattering of other recent challengers in a teasing Instagram interlude, plus a 3-part track and elaborate music video titled Family Matters, in which he referred to his rival Lamar as a fake activist and attempted to expose friction and alleged abuse in Lamar's romantic relationship. On Tuesday, a security guard was shot. Oh, damn. And seriously injured outside of Drake's Toronto home, which appeared on the cover art for Lamar's Not Like Us. Authorities said they could not yet speak to a motive in the shooting, but the investigation was ongoing. How did the two most famous artists in the world decide to take the gloves off and bring a real-life Venom into an extended sparring match for rap supremacy? It was weeks, months, and years in the making, with a sudden breakneck escalation into hip-hop infamy. Who wrote this? Some Italian guy, Joe Coscarelli. Leave it to a white Italian guy based in where's this guy based? Here in New York? Leave it. This is hilarious, guys. And this is why I love rap culture. An NYU grad. Leave it to an NYU grad to incisively and with immaculate detail explain rap beef for the New York Times. It's a white guy. A white guy is explaining the beef in great detail. I mean, how autistic can you be? How autistic can you get that you write an entire article about the Kendrick Drake beef? And you know every detail? I mean, it's amazing. I appreciate it, Joe. But like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, I guess you get the pass. You're a white guy. But I mean, the sparring is going back faster than ever. And that's guys, I want to thank the music producers that have worked tirelessly to make this rap beef possible. I mean, at this point, you're literally like preempting their rebuttal and you already have a song on deck. I mean, Kendrick released his rebuttal within like 30 minutes of Drake's diss track. And I'm sorry if you don't care about hip hop, keep listening. I know a lot of people listening to this just hear the words Kanye or Drake and Kendrick and they just turn it off. Stay with me, guys. I'm going to make it funny. I'm going to try to make it funny. Here we go. The week it went nuclear. Lamar's first targeted response, Euphoria, was more than 6 minutes long and released last Tuesday morning. In 3 sections that raised the temperature as they built, he warned Drake about proceeding and insisted somewhat facetiously that things were still friendly. He accused the biracial Drake, who was born and raised in Toronto, of imitating Black American heritage and insulting him subliminally. Kendrick goes, here's one of the bars from the Kendrick diss track. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way that you let me start over. Here's some of the lyrics from the Kendrick diss track. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch a flight, it's going to be direct. And he called Drake's standing as a father into question, teaching him morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. I mean, I really, it's... Here we go. Lamar, however, didn't leave it at that. He threw one more shot at Drake's authenticity as a rapper, calling him a greedy and artificial user as a collaborator. Not a colleague, but a colonizer. Damn, Kendrick. Not a colleague, but a colonizer. That's heavy. Let that sink in, Drake. Kendrick thinks you're a colonizer. I wonder how Kendrick feels about Israel. I don't know. Um, I mean, I do love Kendrick. I think this. I think Kendrick is really stooping a little low by even engaging in beef, in rap beef, because he's so fucking prolific. He's so prolific, and his music speaks so loudly and powerfully about the black experience. And just to do rap beef, it feels very cheap. It's like comedian beef. It's like, guys, are we like, shut the fuck up? Whenever I see two comics beefing, I'm like, okay, go write a joke. That's what I feel like as an artist. You know? I mean, it's get your bag. Like, I'm sure, you know, whenever like it's I commend both of them for commanding the sort of attention that they do with beef. And that's what rap beef does. I honestly think all rap beef starts, I think, because both of the rappers want larger yachts and they want a penthouse on Billionaires Row in Manhattan. They want more money. That's all. Because beef sells tickets. You know what really sells tickets to live shows? Rap beef. Rap tofu. This is fucking rap. It's rap tofu. This is not rap beef. I don't care if a security guard got shot outside of Drake's mansion. It's all staged. It's all theater for you guys, the audience, to eat up and pretend it's real. And it's to get you to forget that your life fucking sucks and that inflation is going crazy and TikTok is spying on you. That's what rap beef is. It's rap. Eat your tofu, bitch. That's what. Whenever I see rap, whenever I see really any sort of drama. And I love, don't get me wrong, I love drama. I love talk, and I'm enabling it by talking about it on my show. I get it, guys. I understand. But like, let's just do it let's just be self-aware. That's all I'm saying. I love beef. I love getting dirty and down and dirty and shitty. I love it. I love reading about fucking nitty-gritty bullshit like this. I love drama. I'm a fucking comedian. I love it when people are divas. It's amazing. I'm not personally. But it's fun to talk about and joke about. But let's just be self-aware and remember that this is it's a marketing strategy. That's all it is. Nothing's wrong with marketing, but it's marketing. I'm sure Drake and Kendrick are very happy that everyone's talking about them. I mean, it's like Adam 22. You guys know Adam 22? Some guy, he's a guy and he has his wife get fucked by people while he's a cuck. But I know his name, and you probably know his name. So that's good. I mean, that fame is money. Awareness is capital. Awareness is capital. So the more aware you are of Kendrick and Drake, the more money they can make. And so that was almost a bar right there. The more aware you are of Drake, the more money he can make. That's a bar right there. I should go into rap. What about should I do a diss track for Drake? I mean, it was pretty wild that Kendrick called Drake a pedophile, though. But it's going so fast that I can't even keep up. I almost liked you know what this is, guys? I'm just now talking it out. The rap beef is going so fast that it feels coordinated. It feels planned. This rap beef feels artificial. It feels planned. You don't release a rebuttal against your opponent in the rap beef without it being coordinated and at least lightly coordinated and scripted. And sure, maybe there's an element of real anger and rage to this, but I'll tell you what. Kendrick and Drake are both doing well. They're eating well. They're having great lives. You know who's not? everyone that's like deeply invested into this. I don't get invested into things. When you get invested in, except for my beautiful girlfriend that I love, I'm very committed to. But other than that, I don't get invested into things, because if you get invested, then you can get hurt. That's why I don't get committed to things. You guys can't, it's just, you can't get too committed. When you get committed to something and then that something turns bad and you feel like you associated with it, it sucks. You know, like Diddy, like, or like any number of these guys that get canceled. It's like, you know, except for Sean Show. Don't get me, except for Sean Show. You want to get invested in me? I'll be fine. But everything else, don't get invested. It's a bad idea. I mean, there's not much to say here. It's just, it's boring. I'm bored. It's rap tofu. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of rap. I'm bored of it. I'm already bored. There's too many back and forths to listen to. There's too many back and forths to listen to. I think the one bright spot in this story is Kendrick making fun of Drake for being from Toronto. By the way, I went to Toronto. That city blows dick. Toronto, I love Montreal, was cool. Montreal had some great culture. Toronto blows dick. Drake really is the epitome of Toronto. Just a nothing burger. Just a nothing guy. Just a real guy that is just has no values and nothing to say. And co-opting Black American heritage. I agree with that. I mean, the idea that like, and that's why I'm honest with you guys. Guys, I grew up in the Silicon Valley. I had a very cushy upbringing. And I never want you guys to forget that I'm not an underdog. That's because that's what, so many artists want to be an underdog. And it's to the point where they lie about their poverty and they lie about how hard their upbringing was. My upbringing was not hard. A lot of artists love to lie about how hard their childhoods were. My childhood was great. My childhood was great. I had everything I ever needed. Except for a dog. My dad would not let me get a dog because he said he was allergic when he was not actually allergic. He lied to me. I had a dad that lied, and that's why I'm an underdog. I grew up in the Silicon Valley, and my life was very hard growing up. And that's why you should support me. Also, it's weird to support an artist just because they came from they struggled. People love an underdog. I get it. People love an underdog story. People want to lift up underdogs. But you know what's better? You know what's better than pretending to be an underdog? Being real. Just be real. Drake was raised in fucking Toronto. I really don't think there was much crime going on in Toronto. Drake wrote Laugh Now, Cry Later. I mean, it's more like Laugh Now, Cry Never. I doubt he's ever really had a struggle. Drake looks like he went to like an Ivy League school. Drake looks like he graduated from NYU in liberal studies. But I'm over it. I'm over rap. I mean, it's like these are the big stories this week, guys. I really don't. I don't know if there's anything else. Let me let's see here. Should we close on Palestine? I kind of have avoided talking about this for a few weeks just because it's so fucking exhausting to hear about every goddamn week. But there has been a very big development. Israeli military captures Palestinian side of Rafah crossing. So, I mean, it's really coming to a head here. It really is, guys. So I guess what happened was there was a ceasefire deal, but then Israel went into Rafah anyway. That's kind of was my impression of what's going on right now. And this is May 7th. I'm recording this. So it's hard. It's getting pretty serious. Guys, this is a very serious, everything in culture. I really feel like it's bubbling up into something. I don't know what that something is. Hopefully it's a recession. But Everything in the culture is bubbling up, guys. You got rat beef, you got beef, Israel Palestine beef, TikTok US government beef, lots of beef. Lots of haterade being drankerade. Lots of haterade being drank. I love it. A lot of hate going around. U.S. Department of State walks back prelude comment on Israel operation in Rafah. I don't know what that means. Satellite imagery shows a fire in eastern Rafah and border movements. Lots of war photos. Let's see here. Israel's seizure of Rafah crossing looks like a prelude of a major military operation. It's really escalating. At least 27 killed in Rafah as Israeli military operation continues. At least 27 people, including 6 women, probably Hamas, and 9 children, also Hamas, have died in Rafah since Monday evening, CNN has confirmed through hospital sources in the southern Gaza city. 5 members of one family were killed when a house in the Tel al-Sultan neighborhood was struck. In the same area, 10 people were killed in an airstrike on another house, including 8 members of one family. I mean, this shit's very hard to talk about, guys, but I'm going to do it anyway. The report said that the bodies of 3 children aged 4 months, 6 and 8 years old, were taken to Kuwait Specialized Hospital. Later in the day, the body of a 35-year-old man was brought to the hospital. Israel began a military operation in Rafah late Monday evening, saying that the ceasefire proposal agreed to by Hamas was, quote, far from meeting Israel's demands. Guys, I don't know. I really don't know what to make of it anymore. I don't know what to make of it. It's because on the one hand, guys, I want the war to stop, but on the other hand, I am a Palantir shareholder that has contracts with the IDF, which would help drive shareholder value for Palantir. You all know this. I am a Palantir shareholder, and it's a very important that this war continues so I can make more money. So I really don't know what to say. I really don't know. It's really hard to say where this is going to go. A full-scale invasion could really I don't know. Like, I think it's there is sort of there's a fixation on. So here's a conversation people have lately. People say critics of pro-Palestine supporters, they say this. They go, why are you only focused on Palestine? Why are you only focused on all the innocent people being murdered in Palestine when there's genocides going on all over the world, in Myanmar, in Somalia, in Sudan, or wherever, in Syria? I don't know. Why are you only focused on the genocide in Palestine? And the pro-Palestinian supporters will say this as a rebuttal. They'll go, well, we're focused on this one because it's the only one that America is actively supporting financially. And that's why we're so focused on it. And as opposed to the other genocides, which America has less or perhaps nothing to do with up front. And it's that argument doesn't really hold a lot of weight for me, because it shouldn't matter who is funding the genocide for you to be an advocate about it. You should be an advocate if you were really caring about it just because you care about the innocent lives. I think you would probably be an advocate equally amongst all the genocides, not just the ones that your own government is financing. But that's just my take. I don't know. It's very hard to make light of this situation, guys. I don't know how to make light of it. You know, as a ex-IDF soldier, it's very hard for me to have an unbiased opinion. I do look like an ex-IDF soldier. I do look like I was over there, you know, pushing buttons. But I wasn't. I was in Silicon Valley. Biden connects Holocaust to October 7 attack in address on anti-Semitism. So Joe Biden did a speech, I guess. President Joe Biden on Tuesday drew connections between October 7th and the Holocaust. While delivering a speech on anti-Semitism at the U.S. Capitol on Tuesday, the president said he fears, quote, people are forgetting. You're forgetting, Mr. Biden. How do you say that and not realize the irony of that? Joe Biden is in the Capitol on Tuesday talking about October 7th and the Holocaust. And what he says, he looks at his paper and he goes, oh, people are forgetting. And then he's like, he goes, people are forgetting. What was I supposed to say? People are forgetting. Where am I in this fucking speech? Despite the phrase never forget becoming one of the lasting legacies in the Holocaust, they're already forgetting that Hamas unleashed this terror. He said. Joe Biden added, I have not forgotten, nor have you, and we will not forget that Corn Pop is my best friend, and I love him very much. I don't know, guys. The protests continue on campus. The protests, they're continuing. I believe that there's a hunger strike going on at Princeton. So we will continue to monitor it, but again, more blood is being spilled, and it's just very sad. But you got to live your life, guys. You really have to live your life. I live in Brooklyn now. I'm living my life, guys. You have to enjoy your life. You can't. It's fun to like. It's important to read about this stuff, but like, what are you know? Are you going to sacrifice? I mean, like, that's what Aaron Bushnell did, the guy that self-immolated in front of the Israeli embassy. He ended his life because he felt so passionately about a cause. He was in the military, right? A veteran. And he self-immolated for a cause that was so far beyond his own power that he felt powerless. Now, when it comes to extreme acts of protest, I really didn't understand why Aaron Bushnell or that guy that self-immolated in front of the Trump trial. I didn't understand how someone could have that much passion for an issue that they would literally set themselves ablaze in public for the whole world to watch. I really didn't understand the mentality behind that until I was forced to learn about the Drake Kendrick beef against my will. And that was my guys, people are setting themselves on fire for Palestine. I'm going to set myself on fire if you guys don't stop talking about Kendrick and Drake. What if I self-immolate in front of Drake's mansion? How fucking awesome would that be? What if I did that? What if I went in front of Drake's mansion and I self-immolated in front of Drake's mansion? And no suicide note, no manifesto, no statement. I just did it. And I just screamed, stop talking about Drake. I don't care about this beef. I'm like setting myself on fire. I'm like, stop talking about the fucking beef. And I burst into flames. I might do that if you guys don't shut the fuck up about it. I know I talked about it on the episode, but it's only getting one. I'm not talking about that shit next week. Rat beef doesn't get more than 1 week of coverage on Sean's show, okay? Unless one of them gets murdered, then I'll cover it. Other than that, I really don't. I'm done. But uh let me see if there's anything worth talking about here, guys. I mean, that's pretty much everything. Uh if there's anything I missed, let me know. I can cover it next week. Let's close on something light. I actually have one more story for you guys. Panera to discontinue, quote, charged sips drink at center of lawsuits. So if you remember, this was from a while ago. Panera was sued after a woman drank their caffeinated lemonade and had a heart attack and died because the caffeine content was so strong. Now, a lot of people are like angry at Panera for allowing this to happen. I think that dumb bitch just had a weak heart. Is that crazy to say? I think that dumb bitch had a weak heart and weak blood. Sorry. I bet I could have survived that shit. I bet if I had charged lemonade at Panera, I would have survived that shit because I love caffeine and I love America. And the fact that Panera is being wrongfully criticized for just creating a product that killed someone. You know who else dies from products? Alcoholics. Bud Light kills people every year and no one gets mad. Why are you getting mad at Panera for putting out a lemonade that's a little strong? That you the biggest evidence that the American empire is failing is that Panera can't sell a hyper caffeinated drink without people getting mad. They're selling a drink and everyone is getting angry. This is liberal regulation that's killing innovation. Panera's trying to innovate, and corrupt, tyrannical, liberal DAs and lawmakers are shutting down Panera, and it's disgusting. 2 families of people who died after drinking the caffeinated lemonades have filed wrongful death lawsuits against Panera. Another person alleged the drink caused her heart problems. Hey, if you are sensitive to caffeine, maybe don't have a drink called the charged lemonade. If you drink a lemonade and it's overly caffeinated and you die, you don't get to sue the manufacturer of the lemonade. I'm totally with Panera on this. And it's very sad. I mean, it really doesn't even look that bad. The family of a 46-year-old man who died of cardiac arrest last year sued Panera in December, saying he died after drinking 3 caffeinated lemonades. Hey, you know what they're not telling us? Was he obese? Was he sensitive to caffeine? If you have 2 caffeinated lemonades and you feel weird, and then you have a 3rd and then you die, that's your own fault. It's your own fault. I'm sorry. Panera Bread, Panera's website on Tuesday said it had 3 charged sip drinks, 2 flavored lemonades, and a blood orange splash for sale. So here they go. The victims say, the quote unquote victims go, we filed these lawsuits not only to obtain justice for our clients and their families, but to inform the public about Panera's dangerous energy drink. It's not dangerous. Panera doesn't make dangerous drinks. You are a fucking idiot for drinking drinks that are caffeinated when you shouldn't be. When women drink alcohol when they're pregnant, do they get to sue Bud Light because they drank alcohol and their baby died? No. We are a country where people no longer take responsibility for their actions. They think that they can just drink a drink from Panera that happens to contain 10 times the daily dosage of caffeine secretly, and they think that they can just sue Panera over that. So let me get this straight. You think that you have the right to financial compensation because your dad drank a caffeinated lemonade that had 100 times the daily dose of caffeine secretly in the lemonade and then subsequently died? You think you're owed money because of that? So Panera makes a drink that is basically the nuclear bomb equivalent for a caffeinated drink that no human should really consume ever. and you think you're entitled because they secretly sold that as a fun caffeinated lemonade drink. You think you're entitled to money because Panera killed your father? That's called a victim mentality. You know what I would recommend to you that you do? Sign up for my course, seanreillycomedy.com, where I can teach you to be a hustler. That's what I recommend. Why don't you go garage selling? If your father, here's a message to the public. If you have a loved one that was recently murdered as a result of the Panera charged lemonade debacle, I want you to go to the nearest garage sale and start buying garage sale items for cheap and reselling them on eBay. That is how you're going to get through this, is with determination, mental fortitude. Mental determination is going to get you through this. Suing Panera will not get you through this. All that's going to do is hurt the stock price of Panera, which would hurt me because I own a lot of it. So think twice. That is our show, guys. I hope you enjoyed listening. That's the news. We did it. I did it with no producer. I can't believe I'm still I can't believe I'm still doing this shit with no producer, and I can't believe anyone actually still listens even though there's no producer. I can't believe that this is a product that even one person listens to at all. To be honest. No, I'm confident. I had fun. I got no questions. Guys, you got to ask me questions on the Facebook group. Half the fun is I answer. Half the fun of the show is like we get to talk to each other. So if you want to have fun and get paid, I will give you $5, guys. $5 a question if you join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Sean's show. Ask to join. I'll let you in. We're at 17 members. It's growing it's not grown lately, which fucking sucks. Join the fucking group, guys. Every time I get a request to accept to get someone into the group, it makes me very happy. So if you like the show, I'm not going to stop. I'm doing 1 million goddamn episodes. You think I'm going to fucking stop? You're wrong. So you might as well stop hate watching and just be a fan already and just have some fun with us. Join the Facebook group and ask a question, and I will answer it live on the show. I will only use your first name. Unless it's a crazy question, then maybe I'll dox you. No, I'm joking. But join the Facebook group, guys, and ask some questions, and we can talk, have some fun. And if you do one thing, guys, if you could just review the show on Apple or Spotify, that would really help my reach and help me get into the algorithms. Like, comment, subscribe, share on YouTube, all that shit. If you want to, again, just listening is enough. But if you really want to go the extra mile, just one little tap with your thumb helps me grow the show. And honestly, if the show doesn't start making money soon, I'm going to kill myself, and my blood will be on your hands. And I really don't want that for you. So if you don't want blood on your hands and, a really sensitive artist taken from the world before his time, if you don't want that, if you don't want an artist to be taken from the world before his time because no one joined the Facebook group, then I would join the Facebook group, or else I'm going to kill myself. Okay? I'll kill myself. How about that? But I hope you have a great week. I love you guys. And we're going to keep rolling. Stay safe out there. Enjoy. Have fun. We're on episode 40. Can you believe it? 40 episodes of this fucking shit. We're going to keep going, guys. I'm going to get a producer. If you know anyone in New York that could produce the show, let me know. I'm looking for someone that would get my sense of humor and wants to do sexual acts for me forcefully. I'm joking. Guys, I'm joking. I'm a great guy. And I'm in a monogamous, happy relationship. But that's the show. I love you. Have a great week. Stay safe. Bye.